Let's hear the story about how Russian propaganda evolved, eventually resembling Nazi-style propaganda from someone who once worked in the field but ultimately chose the side of truth and integrity.
I really just come here not as only as a journalist, but someone who lived and worked inside a Russian propaganda machine for many years, and I know how it's working inside. For 25 years, Putin completely destroyed all independent Russian media. It starts with television. In 2003, the government took under control the first independent TV channel, NTV. Later, other channels like REN-TV were also silent. Then the Kremlin slowly took over major newspaper and websites by changing their owners behind the scenes. By the time the war with Ukraine began, almost all media in Russia were under full Kremlin control. I worked at Channel 1. It's the biggest Russian TV channel. At first, we were asked to show more and more Putin's activities. Then there were forbidden topics and forbidden person. After 2010, we started to receive the special instructions from a presidential administration telling us exactly what we have to say about important topics, like the war with Ukraine, like American politics and protest, and etc. These instructions were called in Russian metodichki. Everything that made Putin look bad was forbidden. The goal was to make him look stronger and to hide the real problems in the country. When the war with Ukraine began, it was a point of no return for me. It was impossible to keep silent any longer, and I started protesting against war, against propaganda, and against Putin regime. For that, I was sentenced half of years in prison and deprived of my parental rights. To save myself, I had to escape from house arrest, illegally cross the border at night with my daughter, and seek political asylum in France. People often ask me what's happened inside this Putin's propaganda machine. Important to understand people in Russia now is live inside huge information bubble. All independent media are blocked. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are banned. After 3 years in this information bubble, people minds begin to change. That's why independent media is so important, and people in Russia need to hear the truth.